We're recording.
So, to start this off simply, Arthur,
Yes.
do you light step around Vivian?
Does it have to be around?
Mm-hmm.
Really? It has to be around?
Are
I can't go
are you going to try?
under. I can't slide. Shimmer dodge.
You know what? You can certainly try.
And he will try.
Do you think you're slight enough for that?
Fucking, I don't know. We'll see, won't we?
Go ahead. Roll me a dex saving throw. Because she is currently mid-stride.
Hmm.
You and your power of gay, huh?
I made it?
Yeah, the
Oh.
24 wouldn't have. So you just barely managed to, as with another shimmer dodge, slide beneath Vivian rather than around her, as she is mid-stride and seems prepared for your approach, but not the way you would handle it. And you are free to shimmer dodge in front of her.
Boom, right there.
Why do I feel like you baseball slid under?
Yes. He's like, "Phew."
And she just stops. She has that mom look of having her eyes closed and she's stopped. And goes, alright. Have fun, boys. And stops but doesn't leave. Just crossing her arms. But she does. Do you turn to look at her? Or are you focused on Lex?
uh, I guess for like a quick sec.
She has a concerned look on her face towards Lex, not towards you. She doesn't seem irritated by your creative and clever approach to getting away from her grasp, because I think even Arthur knew better than to go around.
It was a
Especially
tight
with
hall.
that too. Just better to go, easier direction under than, over rather,
A to
and
B.
just, yeah. And she looks concerned because you weren't close enough yet to hear Lex's commentary from the end of the last session of, yeah, I was just talking to someone. He's right, and turned to find no one there, only leaving a compass on the ground behind him. You did not hear that. She did.
Is he still turned around or did he?
He's starting to turn back around at hearing your shimmer dodge, because you apparently have a specific way of dodging that is unique to you.
Mm-hmm.
So he is starting to turn back around by the time you're already out of your shimmer dodge. But he looks confused as well, more than concerned, and he hasn't touched the compass yet, which is still on the floor.
Okay.
And just, oh hey, shouldn't you be resting?
Yeah, but I thought we should at least have a proper goodbye. For now.
You make it sound so ominous. Again, I'm coming back.
That wasn't on purpose. That's just how I sound right now.
Well, don't call it goodbye then. It's just to see you later.
Yes, see you later.
And this time Viv does step around you. Looks at you with a kind of the mom look of, I know what you are, and continues walking. Puts a hand on Lex's shoulder, and she's stopped. her eyes deliberately looking down at the floor behind Lex. She has not said anything.
Ooh, Arthur, could I get a hug before you go?
He grins and steps forward to, without question, give you a hug.
If he looks over his shoulder, does he see anything on the ground?
Yes, there is from this close distance, as you kind of hug him, and he's all too thrilled to actually hear you ask for a hug this time instead of him being the one asking for it. And you do see on the ground kind of like an old navy compass from the golden age of piracy. It's black base, gold trim with a white compass in the like white compass point in the center. But it looks wrong almost. Looking at it, it doesn't make you uncomfortable. Something almost makes you want to pick it up yourself. There's no like roll to resist. It's a tug in the center of your person of this is special. Someone should get it.
It's compelling, yes.
Yeah.
How long do you think this hug lasts for?
For Lex, because he was actively trying to clear his head and two people chased after him, not very long. I would say maybe 10 seconds maximum. But it's long enough to get the glimpse at the compass and see Vivian looking. What's your passive insight?
I believe it's 20? Yeah, 20.
She looks shaken for a split second before she starts to lean down and pick it up. For
Okay.
Lex steps back. Do you stop her?
Uh, I, hmm. I don't know about stops, but I think he would get a to get a closer look at it because it piqued his interest.
Mm-hmm. And as she does pick it up, she holds it out kind of for both of you to see. And Lex goes, "Oh, right. Yeah, the guy who was here or maybe wasn't. Um yeah, he was spouting a bunch of nonsense about I deserve better than and he gestures to back where you came from, Arthur,
Mm-hmm.
down the hallway of like basically towards the others of I deserve better than what I'm getting. And he offered this and points to the compass. Said it would lead me to what I wanted most. Or some shit like that. Sorry. Gosh, I've been around you guys too long. And kind of half heartedly smiles. And Viv, for once of all the time you've been around her, doesn't have a snarky comeback. She looks unsettled.
Could if Arthur were to use detect magic on it, would there be anything?
Do you use detect magic?
Yeah.
You get 3 separate schools of magic. The first one on the like compass part that spins, you get chronomancy. On the actual box, you get divination. On the trim, you get abjuration.
Could I see?
You say that to Viv?
Yeah.
She finally looks up, seemingly entranced by it in a kind of negative way, and she does nod. And for a second, she hesitates and raises her free hand to the lapel of her collar, and you don't know what she says, but you know she's talking into the lapel of her collar for some reason. And you don't need much of a roll with your history to know that she probably has some sort of line of connection to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And she says something into it briefly, a not even a sentence before letting it go again. And she goes, "Yeah, kid, don't hurt yourself,"
I don't.
and and hands it over.
Okay. Is there like anything? This is a stupid idea, but isn't there any way to mess with it?
What do you try to do as Viv is starting to ask a couple of questions, namely the like, what did he look like? Was there any like differentiators, any notations of where they might have left to, et cetera, et cetera?
Is there like any like switch or like um I don't know why there would be, but like anything like a button or anything like that?
Make an investigation check. That's good enough. It really is. It just looks like one of those really old, dusty, but this one's extremely well maintained golden age of piracy compasses. The ones that, for lack of a better term, it looks like a fancier, much more maintained version of Jack Sparrow.
Is it actually pointing where north would be?
It's pointing a little off from north
Hmm.
for you. And you see it shifting ever so slightly. Like it's almost tracking something.
That's strange. What if you were to pour a little magic into it?
Are you listening to Lex at all?
Uh, I yes, you would.
You hear the question from Viv of, well, what do you look like? This guy that came to talk to you. And there's a pause, as kind of almost robotically, kind of in that way of a commander or a lower rank answering a higher guard and giving a report, kind of. Just, yeah, pale skin, a couple of blemishes, kind of. I'd say probably been in a fist fight before coming here, wherever he was from. One of those going to be bruises type complexions. And hazel blue eyes, more leaning brown, like messy, terribly dirty blonde hair. Cigarette, black coat, kind of reaches his back of the knees, and, you know, dirty jeans and boots. Why?
Is
And
that
Viv and Viv looks caught off guard by something he said. And he just goes, "What? Should I be worried about something?" Nah, kid. And she catches, like, she looks over at you with furrowed brow. Of, did you hear what I heard?
yeah?
How do you answer the silent look?
Uh, I don't think he really knows how to reply back. I guess He can only confirm that he heard what he said.
And that kind of earns you a worried scowl, the sort of look of somebody who now knows to be on the defensive. Not around you per se, but now knows that there's a threat nearby. Which, by the way, did Arthur register what was wrong? Because you have given a confirmation that I don't know if your character understands.
Yeah.
Can you confirm to me what it is?
No, that he doesn't completely understand.
All right. So all you know as Arthur currently is that Viv went from relaxed, if a little skittish, to defensive with her metaphorical haunches raised. And she leans into her lapel again and says a full sentence this time. And within an instant, 2 more people are behind you. And you recognize the presences. And you hear Grayson speak up. The fuck happened? We left for 2 seconds. And then there's Simon.
What are y'all screaming about?
And then Viv goes in full defense mode to Simon. This ain't it. Kid mentioned a black coat.
Here?
Yeah. Was talking with him.
Simon would walk up.
Let me put the token down for you. Where?
It's right here.
I've misplaced. Hello?
It's right here. Look.
Hold on. It was being weird for me.
Does Simon have a view of the compass?
Not yet, as he is directly behind Arthur, who has it currently.
You got proof?
Viv's direction of gaze turns from Simon and Gray to Arthur.
Arthur?
Mm-hmm.
Your father is a big guy. But the monster of a hand that holds your shoulder. Your Majesty, may I?
He turns around and gives the compass. There seems to be chronomancy, and it seems to be a little off north. There's also some other 2 schools of magic.
Arthur, are you still looking at the where the compass is pointing?
Yeah.
It's pointing a little off south now.
Oh, no, it's off south.
Your Majesty, if I can ask you a question.
Okay.
How deep down a rabbit hole you plan on going? Especially this time round.
I'm balls deep, man.
And hand me that fucking compass.
Here you go.
And please take a step aside. And he walks up to Lex. He gave this to you?
To me is a very loose concept, I think.
Did he leave
It
it for
wasn't-
you?
Yeah.
French Canadian sounding motherfucker.
I think that's a bit derogatory, but sure.
Do you want to keep it?
I don't know. A weird guy in the middle of Barbie's castle just showed up and started spouting nonsense about how I deserve better. I don't know. I don't have the information yet. I'm sorry.
This will do what he told you it does. But do you know what the monkey's paw is?
Yes, I learned about that a long time ago.
This is the monkey's paw and fucking Coke. It gives you on the box what you want. Exactly how you want it, but the price you gotta pay is something you never even thought you had to pay. Do you still want it?
No? And then kind of glances at Viv with an awkward smile of, didn't you guys tell me that nothing worth, fighting for ever comes easy? And Viv kind of has to muffle a snicker, finally letting down some of her guard.
Simon smiles. Attaboy. And then kind of turns around, and Arthur, you get the free view of this. You watch as a collection of stitches rings up his arm, and he crushes it. He looks pissed.
Do you want him to react?
How would you react to that?
I don't know why he turned to him. He's mostly.
He turned from Lex to this direction.
Okay.
You're on the side view.
He crushed the compass that apparently was a monkey paw. So.
Yep.
That's.
Hey, Greg.
Not really sure
Come
how
here.
he would respond.
Is he calling for Gray?
Yeah, he is. Do I also have control of Gray? I don't.
Gray looks hesitant, but he does see his sister lower her guard enough for him to, step forward. He doesn't go completely forward, but it's kind of at a diagonal from Simon, keeping an eye on everything, as a sniper does.
Grayson, you got that box I gave you a while back, the one that I told you not to open unless it's absolutely fucking necessary?
What does Gray say?
Chocobo box or the one after you were knighted? After I was knighted. Not on me. I'm gonna keep my hand like this then.
While they're talking, Lex is just turning and walking away.
Oh, before he leaves, one more thing. Hey, Lex.
He turns kind of halfway to face you. Yeah?
I don't think I've ever said this to you, but I love you.
Well, yeah, I love you too. And grins.
God damn it.
What best friends are for? Come on.
Yeah.
What would we be if we didn't love each
One
other?
more
huh?
hug for the road.
He gives you kind of a side hug and you guys are being weird today. And starts walking again.
Lex,
Yeah.
don't go too far.
Where would I go that you would not know where I am?
True, but if you want to hit anywhere, ship's ready.
I think I want to go buy a couple of snacks from the town. I'll be
Alright.
back in a bit.
You need money?
Dude, he stops. Just The full send moment of, I'm sorry, what did you just ask me?
Do you need money? Because I get paid more than you.
Just the slow, almost stone-like turn, and going, no, I don't need money. And looks directly at Arthur with that expression of, can you believe this shit? Like,
Standing right here.
It's calling
I
you
see
broke.
Okay.
he's calling you broke. And Lex kind of laughs, an outward, almost chest laugh, where normally his laugh is kind of airy and nasally. This is deeper. And he goes, listen, guys, I'm just going on a walk. I need to clear my head after all this. Alright? I'll see you three at the ship. Arthur?
Yeah?
Take care of yourself while I'm on vacation.
Alright. Oh, also, can I borrow your guitar while you're gone?
Okay, if you can find it.
Okay.
Just the confused shrug of just, I'm probably getting a new one anyway, kind of look. And starts walking again. And Rib goes, oh shit, I should probably. He's not in the right mind space to go alone nowhere. See you boys at the ship. And
Vivian?
kind of jogs after him.
Vivian?
Like mid-step, like, you know that thing people do when they're about to start running and you catch them off guard of just skittering for a second?
Yeah. Something
That
Simon's probably done a
fucking
lot.
moment. Yeah.
Don't you fucking ruin your appetite. I'm making gumbo tonight.
I ain't. Alright.
Grace. Yeah. Go get the fucking box. Right. Sorry.
If Arthur looks at the compass, because the detect magic is believed still working, is the magic gone now?
No. I don't think it would be.
Because of the the power of what you now know as an artifact, it is not crushed, it is being subdued.
Simon will turn to Arthur. I put my full strength into trying to crush this thing. Opens his hands and it is perfectly fine.
Well, no. If he put his full strength into it, there are a couple of cracks along the edges.
He's still in one piece.
Neat.
Arthur,
Yeah.
I know about the loops.
Okay. Many people do, apparently.
Yes, but I want to give you a line of reassurance. I know.
Okay.
Head pads.
Thank you. To this man
yours.
he met like a handful of times.
Simon will take time, kind of recrush the thing, not put his full strength, but dampen it again. Keep an eye on yourself. You'll be fine. I'll make sure of it.
Okay.
Keep an eye on
Well,
yourself.
it seems like you have everything handled with the compass, so I'll just be heading.
Really fucking don't.
Okay. Well,
You're the prince. I ain't gonna lie to you.
okay. Do you think it would be okay for me to leave it in your hands?
Up to you.
I'm asking your opinion on yourself.
I'm gonna chuck this into the abyss.
Arthur,
Yeah.
what's your passive perception?
20.
What's your passive perception? Oh,
20.
good. As he's basically bickering back and forth with you in that kind of friendly manner of he knows your father a bit too well, perhaps. Of he might be a royal guard, a fucking crown's guard at that, but he's probably a bit too friendly with your family for a crown's guard.
Mm-hmm.
You just glance in the direction of the compass, and you see a small hand-sized portal start to open, like right next to it.
Yeah.
And kind of like it. It's hard to explain, but have you ever seen someone reach through a chain link fence and try to grab with one long nail, try to scooch it closer, the thing that they drop through the fence?
Mm-hmm.
That's what's happening right now.
Can he grab it before the other hand does?
You can try. Simon also doesn't notice this yet, so he's
Okay.
going to think that you're trying to take it. Roll sleight of
Really?
hand.
Actually, I do have pretty good sleight of hand.
What are you doing?
You're a rogue. I hope so. Oh boy. You reach for it in that manner of like do you betray that anything is wrong?
Yes. He's just like he gets like, his eyes get big. He's like, oh shit, and then goes for it.
What does Simon do, noticing the like eyes widen in sudden reach for the compass?
Full strength Titan again and just whips his hand as far away from Arthur as he can, like kind of like an uppercut motion to over his other shoulder. What's going on?
Hand. Points at hand.
What?
The portal shifts last moment to where, like, literally above the compass and tries to go. Does the same shit again, but this time trying to grab under it. Kind of like a fishing line.
Does it again? Hand.
Simon's gonna look at it and then just grab the hand if he can.
Make a sleight of hand. You know his stats.
Can Arthur help if he doesn't make it somehow?
I don't have
Yeah.
DVS. I don't have DVS Simon's stats.
Do you have regular Simon stats?
No, he's built in Pathfinder.
He'd have no lower than 10. Go from there.
Okay. GVS Simon.
Don't make it like plus. Don't make it plus 20 or anything. But
I'm not
he
going
reads
to.
well.
Fuck it. We'll use 12.
All right.
So a D20 plus 12. And this is with the help action from Arthur.
Mm-hmm.
So first roll, 15.
There,
Second roll,
yeah.
25.
So 25 was the DC.
Let's fucking go.
Simon at first kind of fumbles with, not in the sense that it misses the target, more like the target pulls back and goes smack in that kind of motherly way of don't start. And that's when Simon realizes who the hand belongs to. And just say, shit, not this motherfucker again. And then you hear the voice through the portal of, hey, I'm just trying to take it out of your hands. And you recognize this voice immediately, Arthur, as Avery.
Oh, it's you.
Arthur immediately gets the annoyed Simon face as he reaches for the arm again.
No, and pulls it back like the offended ew.
Simon's gonna try to force his hand through the portal. Get over here!
Gross. No, closes the portal before you can, and reopens it near his other hand.
I will fucking smack you.
You hear a different voice this time. You can try. And you recognize,
Get out of
both
here.
of you recognize. you both recognize it as Salem.
Salem, Avery, you do not touch this. I deal with this. It's going in the fucking abyss.
Well, the Abyss can't have it because I've deemed it as mine.
Could you hand it to me?
No, you will lose it.
No, I
They
won't.
take it. Arthur,
Mm-hmm.
this is coming from someone who is more or less your godfather? Hell no.
Okay.
And we're not
you
even going
just-
to get into the parental relationship I have with Lex and that whole debacle. No. And like, as he's doing this, he's just moving his hand away from all the portals Avery and Salem are making.
Wow, after I helped you too. Ungrateful.
You mother... Do not try to gaslight me. You are not your mother.
Gaslight? That's exactly what happened.
You just
You are-
hear cackling of a chronomancer on the other end of the portal. Not even reaching for the damn thing anymore, just, oh, this is entertaining kind of laugh.
Speaking of...
And then just the cackle of, please don't interrupt my telenovela!
I'm not talking about that. That's his deal. Avery, Salem, where the fuck have you two been?
Well, he's
Prepping for a
distracted.
vacation from
Well,
the
he's-
portal.
Well, he's distracted. Can you swipe it?
Right
Sleight
hand.
of hand, I imagine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Shit.
you can swipe it.
Huh?
You can swipe
Yeah,
it.
swipe for sure.
Off he goes. Zoidberg noise.
Hey, motherfucker! Ooh, that boy brought out the cage, baby. Ooh, he's a prince. He's a prince. You cannot hit him in the back of the head with your shoe.
Says who? From Avery.
Avery, Avery, I swear to God, I'll call somebody on you.
Who? Tell me, who would you call? Ghostbusters? And cackles and the thing closes.
I'm gonna stone cold stutter them too. That's what's gonna happen. I'm actually hold on. I know where one of you lives. And Simon turns with the intention to go somewhere. You motherfucker.
So, Arthur,
Yeah.
as that altercation subsides and you're bolting, where do you go with the compass?
I didn't really have a plan. I just thought it was funny.
Good.
But he is looking out for portals.
You don't see
Uh,
any.
Has the compass changed again, or is it still the same?
You, as you turn down a hallway, kind of instinctively heading back to your group. Whether it's conscious or not, you do intend to head back to them. And as you turn a corner to the right, it suddenly pitch shifts to kind of a eastern kind of direction.
Mm-hmm. Okay, he's not gonna follow it because he knows it's a monkey paw thing. So he's just gonna continue to back to the group.
All right. You do see the open doors, though pitch black inside, of presumably the doctor's office, from what you remember.
Mhm.
Your detect magic is still up, correct?
Yes. It hasn't been more than 10 minutes.
It has not. You see that the door itself, despite it being extremely massive, has a transmutation aspect on it.
Huh.
It's very minor. And from what you can gather with just looking at it at a glance, it's like a minor planar shift. Like from one room on one side of the castle to another.
Mhm.
So harmless in aspect, but kind of powerful if
Yeah.
you use it improperly. Do you head inside or do you go somewhere else?
I guess since it like came to his attention, he'll just like open it.
Well, the doors are already open. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
pitch black
Yeah,
inside.
you just head in, I guess. Why not go into a black room?
Aster,
What up, shawty?
where are you currently with Barbie?
Wherever she took me.
So she is.
Aster was. Yeah, go ahead.
She was kind of letting you get a feel for, riding on Sleipnir. And giving you pointers here and there, but mostly taking you through the streets of, around her main castle, but not too far from your friends. I'm currently setting up the map.
Aster is currently kind of like looking at everything. Still feels guilty about summoning a Keyblade. But he is sort of like staring around at everything without his hood on. Normally he uses the form cloth to make a hood, keep it up, but no, he's just walking beside her with whoever, the twins, Missy, Zippy, whoever wants to be out and about near him, kind of walking alongside him.
Mm-hmm.
Zippy, is small enough that he can probably be mistaken for a small child. The twins would probably be around the shoulder, kind of drooping like a cat would, but at 2 angles. Missy would more than likely be walking on her own. She's girl boss enough.
She's girl boss enough. Okay.
Yeah?
You're at the top, by the way.
I'm at the top. Oh, yep. Ooh.
Barbie has not really said much, just occasionally she'll get stopped by the people that, usually approach her, and she does mention that some kids don't really mind approaching her just to say, what's happening in their day, and as queen and also as a previous, commoner subject of a previous kingdom, she understands the plight of not feeling like you can connect with your government, which is what she had told you she prevented. And she's just walking kind of slowly because it's a nice day out. Kind of overcast, but not rainy overcast. Enough to block direct heat, so to speak.
Yeah.
And she's just humming softly, walking around. And she doesn't say anything. She just lets you examine, talk as you please.
It's very lively.
Lively.
Yeah. There's more curiosity. Points of blind faith and not blind faith.
Trust.
Trust. Yes. Blind trust in that they don't need to worry about much, if anything. We've been stopped a number of times by people who wanted to praise and thank and simply greet you, and not once has someone looked at the little ones with any sort of malice.
Mm. She pauses, kind of humming to herself. Well, that's because I have raised this generation to not be afraid. Yes, they are wary. I can still sense that in them. They have read their history books, done their teachings quite well, but they're not afraid should something go wrong. And she gestures ever so slightly to one of the kids nearby, leaning against the wall behind her. And when you kind of glance to look, you see them kind of snapping their fingers, kind of like in a lighter motion. And there's sparks at first, and then on the tip of one finger, a very small flame that goes out almost as quickly. And they just go, I got it. How do I do that? And
Uh,
trying again.
what wall is she motioning towards? Aster will
Over
kind
here.
of like watch for a minute, and then his form kind of turns shadowy until this as stars arrive, and he kind of dashes over to on top of the wall, leaning down. That was cool. I can do that too. Want to see?
And with the sunshine, sparkly eyes of a child who has never seen war or hatred or even distrust. Yeah. But can you do you have the materia too?
No, I have friends. And he opens his jacket to kind of show whoever came with him in the dark dodge, kind of just poke the head out. And these friends, through careful work and other factors, let me cast magic without
You
materia.
while you're talking, you just hear the silent popcat noise from Itty and Bitty.
Because it's itty and bitty, whatever side he opened up, one's popping, the other one is doing it muffled. So it's pop, 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 pop.
Yeah.
And he just kind of looks at him, shakes his head, and goes, and because I have friends and other circumstances, practice even, he takes his hand, kind of slides his palms together, and then cups them and opens them to a dark flame. Simply resting dark Faraga.
Whoa! How'd you make it black? Where's that purple? It's black and purple.
It is
Just the
black and
excited kid noises.
and if you know what you're doing with other friends much stronger, he looks sort of at Barbie and doing a little sleight of hand, he'll cover the dark Faraga up, motion his hand up, and cast Eldritch Blast. And it's still his old one, so it comes out as like a star shape that kind of spikes out. Almost firework-esque. You can learn more tricks.
And the kid looks at their hands, which you see now that they're wearing a very small, like, it's not a ring so much as it is wire wrapping that keeps a small little gem in place on their, like, on their left pinky finger. And they just stare at their hands and go, I don't need a sparkler.
No, you don't. You just need to know the right type to pinch your fingers whenever you're doing it. Because if you do, magic works in a sense of it is an expulsion of you. It basically comes out of you. And if you change the way it comes out of you, and he'll to put my mana up for this next part if I'm going to be doing this.
he will kind of take summon Dark Faraga again, and then he'll keep it resting. With a little bit of concentration, he's going to do the burst and keep it kind of in a contained swirl. Kind of like a magic trick. Like a street performer's magic trick.
Mm-hmm.
Change the way it works, you get something new.
And you see this kid, this no more than 5-year-old kid, like whip their head around to a woman who's standing nearby with that, worried mom expression, not really malice, just I don't know this person, but the queen has not moved, so I'm calm for now kind of look. So it's just, Mama, do you think I can get that strong with the materia? And she smiles and goes, maybe someday, sweetheart, but you're only so young. And this kid goes, okay, bye, mister. I gotta go see Dad. And just does the little 2-hand wave and gets up and rushes over to their mom and they start walking
As he's
away.
giving the 2-hand wave, AD and Biddy give 4-hand waves. You are too... Okay. And he sits on the edge. A child had materia that soldiers are given. Why?
If you raise people in a society where they must fear the weapons that they give to the people who protect them, it is not protection you are serving. It is hatred and fear and worry. If you give access to that same ideal of protection to your people, to the people you trust and love and care for, they can protect themselves and make a living from it. Those kids know nothing of the fear that you and I do. I raised this society to believe in good, to know that bad exists, but to believe in good. As such, they have no reason to fear, not the materia nor the people who wield it. Should they fear someone just because of the things they hold in their possession? Or should they fear the person who makes this possession terrifying? Why should anybody have to fear? Answer me that.
Fear leads to growth. If you have no
No.
fear when you feel it for the first time, you'll freeze. You'll lock up. Maybe not everybody, but just the people that matter. You have to at least teach that fear exists, so that they will not be blinded by their own when they suffer it.
She steps in front of you as you sit there and rests a hand on your shoulder. Fear does not have to be something bad. The fear of a child jumping from a greater height than their body is still fear. It teaches them to be ready. But the fear of mortality should never be pushed upon the people that you believe in most. Death will come. Why fear it? And she pulls her hand away and turns and starts to walk again.
Not exactly afraid of fear or death per se, but I fear those who can cause it. Those who cause fear with joy normally torment people. I'm not one to be tormented. Been there, done that. Not my thing.
And how do you propose that you should address that? Do you rush headlong into danger and into your fears, sacrificing everything you hold dear? Or do you wait for a good moment where everyone can help?
Neither. And he kind of walks to the boxes and starts climbing over them. You forge your own path. One people can follow without being afraid. One they can brave forward.
And she sighs. It's the first sound that hasn't been inherently neutral to positive or outright positive. She sounds her age, whether you know it or not.
I sound like an old man or something.
No. You remind me of someone I met a long time ago.
No? I hope it was someone good, at least.
Good was subjective back then. I was too young to understand the difference between good and evil, nor understand that there was no such thing. Just people hurting people and getting hurt themselves. And she goes to sit, kind of tired seemingly now.
I don't believe there is good and evil. If that makes sense.
Because there is none. I don't mean to dampen the mood, but you do very much remind me of her.
Her?
Yes,
Oh. The
the
her I'm...
Princess of Light. A girl named Kuri. She was headstrong.
I know who Kuri is.
You know her historical version. And she smiles kind of wearily as a motherly look of, I got to see the feral little demon child.
Yes, I do know of the historical version, but I am a herald related to Juliet, who owns Kyrie's Keyblade. And I know what that turns into. It's scary. So I can imagine how she was in person.
She was a good woman up until her very last breath. But she let things go for too long, believing she had no part to play other than the damsel in distress. And she pauses, looking at the materia-laden circlet around her wrist. She waited too long. And as a result, she nearly lost everything. But in the interim, her friends acted too fast and didn't think hard enough about the consequences.
Needs to be a middle ground.
Be wary of your shadow. It is your friend as much as it is your enemy.
My shadow is more a door. I do not have the keys to it, but it is a door. Friends can walk through it, but so can my enemies. That the gist?
No. I more mean to say that the last person who got enveloped by their own shadow, or at least stepped within it a little too long, did not come back the same way. And she frowns as she looks towards kind of towards where she told you the docks are, seeming to scan the horizon as she can't quite see the docks themselves from here, or at least that's what she told you she can't see. But then she looks back at you and goes, When your friend comes back to you, make sure you keep an eye on him.
I will.
That
Make you a deal.
rage is worrying.
All rage is worrying with the power of an icon, right?
She smiles kind of sadly.
You have a smile that tells a story, you know?
I wear my emotions on my sleeve. I have no reason to hide how I feel.
You know, I've seen this city from afar, now up close. What do those docks look like?
Are you looking towards them?
No, he's looking at Barbie.
She tilts her head. Why do you ask?
Well, I've been shown everywhere, but there.
Would you like to see the docks?
I'd like you to show me more.
Very well. And she stands up, dusts off her dress, and starts to walk.
I am not. And as I walk, he just sort of is blunt about it. I've made a bad deal. I broke a bad deal. I'll have to pay for it eventually. I gotta make up to an old friend. But I think I need to make a new one in the process.
Is that so?
Yes. My mom always told me if you're gonna deal with gods and monsters, side with the one that has the best offer. So, Your Majesty, do you have an offer?
All I can offer you is time. Time to make the right decision when you need it.
That's
Not
more
every
than
time, but enough.
That is more than what most have offered. First one offered me just to be okay. Can't trust that. Not in a bad manner, but just simply couldn't. Second one wanted power. Wholly and probably wholly and
unnervingly so. So I have to ask, what about you?
She kind of laughs. The sort of chuckle of someone who is listening to quite the heavy story and finds it kind of entertaining in a kind of neutral way. You're so dreary. You know that?
It's just how I sound. I promise I'm actually a happy person.
Well, you're exhausted. So, how about this? And she stops, turns towards you at first and smiles, and then turns towards the fruit stand next to her and goes, "Do you mind if I thank you, darling?" And picks up an apple. A, like one of those like yellow apples that are kind of sour, kind of sweet. And she holds it out with, perfectly manicured, painted nails that are a little sharp at the end. And she holds it in a manner that you wouldn't get anything cut on her nails, but the sharpness remains. All I can offer you is time. Time to make the right call. Time to think things through. I can offer you time. All that I ask in return is patience. Not just with me.
With everyone.
Yes, there are battles that people fight that just require time. And that I can give you.
And I have to ask, where do I sign?
She hasn't said anything else, just smiling, holding out the yellow apple.
He takes it.
Well,
Oh, am I supposed to bite it? Like in the genuine tone of his voice, just like that. Oh, is that what's supposed to? Oh, okay.
she kind of grins. No, you're supposed to show an act of trust.
Oh,
After all, a warlock pact, my dear, is an act of trust.
he thinks for a moment. Checks in his pockets for something. He's just like, "Fuck, hold on, I got this."
Take your time. She kind of mockingly says in that manner of, I've given you what I needed. Of just that playful mom tone of, take your time. I have time.
He he pulls out his pockets. I got 3 money and a quarter that doesn't go to this world.
There's just this slight scoff of a laugh.
I thought I was gonna do an old farmer's thing, but I don't have a knife on me.
She holds out her hand to the stall worker and seeming to understand her intent, a kind of, I don't remember the actual term, but it's like one of those thin, like, it's one of the thin knives meant specifically for apples.
Oh, skin knife.
No, no, not the skinning knife. The fucking one that is meant to peel. Like not skin. Fucking God Christ. The slicer? The slicing knife? It's meant for apples specifically. I hate how I know too many
A
cutlery knives.
Peeling knife?
No! Is that what it really is called?
Hold on,
An
let me
apple
double
slicer.
check.
It's just called an apple slicer.
Whatever. I know whatever.
Well,
We'll move on. That's
because I
fine.
know there's paring knives, and those are small and kind of thin.
A pocket knife?
No.
I got another one.
It's literally called an apple knife. I'm smart.
I offered that motherfucker.
Gun emoji. Anyway. She hands you through, kind of like through passing it on, an apple knife. Like this?
That works. And he takes the apple and the apple knife and cuts it in half. Very, very southernly, like he jams it in the side, then spins it around till he's holding the two, and then just kind of thumbs the crack and pops it into two halves and offers her half of it. Share an apple with someone you trust. Share a pear with someone you're on the fence about. And you share an orange with someone you're ready to throw the other half at. That's what my dad taught me.
She takes the other half. Goes, I can toast to that. And takes a bite. What do you do?
He takes a bite as well. He starts walking off with a poor person's knife, not thinking about it.
She looks from you, Aster, as you're starting to walk away, to the stall person who is mildly chuckling, not at all bothered about the stolen knife for the temporary time being. And she offers a small nod and starts to walk alongside you. As it doesn't. While every other pact you've made has been jarring, sudden, abrupt, feeling less like a shift in power and more like a shift of a tsunami from an earthquake. This feels like the warmth of a blanket right out of the dryer settling over you on a cold winter day. As she steps into stride with you and just leads you to the docks.
About halfway towards the docks, I'll say about like right here, Aster kind of is finishing his apple. He goes put the knife that he's holding into a sheath and goes, "Oh, this is not mine." Starts running back.
No, it's fine. Give it to me.
Oh, sorry.
You're fine. And gently takes it from you and twirls it in that kind of magic show trick kind of way, and it disappears.
What? How the fuck did you do that, you fucking wizard? He doesn't actually say that. Just
Yeah, say that to a goddess. See what happens.
But Aster does kind of, while walking, gets this instance of, the fuck? And kind of like starts wiping his face a little bit. Am I crying? Oh shit. I need to come here more often.
If that's what you wish. Now, be wary around the docks as a farmhand. They will, pardon my French if you will, they will absolutely bully the shit out of you.
I'm a farmhand second, Ritsuki Herald, and Julius Herald's son first. They can try.
Good attitude to bring to the table. You'll get along fine. And she leads you to the dock. And you just have a good few hours of wandering the docks, meeting people, Occasionally there's a couple of ribbing, just going back and forth. You greeting them complimenting your jacket in that playful, sarcastic way. You mentioning where you got it from or not, and just you playfully referencing that you got it from somewhere else, and them, mentioning how gaudy it is. You just, of course, it's gaudy. I know who I got it from.
It's Cayde, because I got it from the baddest stepdad around. Seriously, it has been so hard trying to get him to actually do this. And like, I feel like this has devolved to Aster actually talking to Barbie. Like, I should not be rooting. My mom's alive. I shouldn't be rooting for, someone to sort of take my dad on a date. But at the same time, even my mom's like, please, you know?
She doesn't say anything, but she does cover her mouth in that medieval lady way of, I won't laugh. I'm not gonna laugh. It's not funny. It's hilarious. It's not funny.
And more often than not, Luca being Luca, stepdad of the stepdads, is one meme away from just going barbecue sauce on my titties, and I'm like, no, that's not something to say. Take my dad on a date, for fuck's sake.
I'm sorry, that got me. Stop knowing somebody Luca that way. I need you to stop. I need you to not know him that well. Nor fuck the hell off.
Hold on, I'm actually in pain. Can't breathe. Killing me. Help. You tried to kill me. Barbecue sauce on my titties is gonna kill me. Oh, please God, don't let those be my last words.
Oh my god. I'm in tears, dog.
I've been crying. Oh. Oh my god. I can feel my throat in pain. And I wasn't even taken on a date. Goddamn.
Please.
Shut up. No. Stop it.
I feel like Barbie finally broke of hearing barbecue sauce. Titties.
I would hope so.
Not because you said it, but because she knows you're right. Oh, Jesus. Anybody who knows Luca knows he's just a walking meme lord.
You have to have some sort. Please, you have to have some sort of genuine care. Barbecue sauce on my titties says otherwise. What does that mean?
He would literally deadpan answer a question with, I have the power of God and anime on my side.
Oh, I'm crying. Still, Jesus.
This is what AT will get to deal with when he's better.
Oh, absolutely. Oh.
Oh boy, we were laughing for a full 10 minutes, buddy.
because we laughed so hard I was in actual pain. We had to take a minute.
There's just 10 minutes of laughing on the recording.
Dude. Shut up.
We're good.
I
Oh,
love you
okay.
both
Okay.
so
Good.
dearly. I'm gonna smack the both of you, I swear.
Don't you join in on this?
Ugh, I hate it here.
My face hurts.
Y'all did this to yourselves.
Goddamn right we did.
Only sillies.
Ah. Alright, I'm good.
Am I, though, is the question.
Fuck no.
Me and my bird cackle wheezing. Fucking Art Thou the Raven or some shit like that. Whatever, move on.
What the fuck brought a raven in here?
You know, something like a writing desk or whatever. I hate it.
Ooh,
I
okay, we're good.
think we need to move, team. I think we need to go. I need to leave.
No, God, please don't let barbecue sauce on titties be the reason the session's called early.
No. We need to leave the scene before we die laughing again.
Yeah, I'm muting up. No, I'm not causing any more pain.
Oh my god. This is the worst. Thank you. Oh, Jesus.
Look, all I can say is I followed most of the scenes, but at this point I'm just completely lost about where it went. Barbie and Aster went down the street and I'm still over by the fucking apple merchant.
It's fine. We're switching to the scene with you guys, too. Meaning Arthur's going to be ducking into the doctor's office. I have a question for the three of you that were attending, a physical and mental checkup with Dr. Saren. Specifically for Tsubasa.
Okay.
How fucking long do you take to explain your trauma dumping?
I don't know, how long would it take?
How in depth do you go?
Probably fairly in depth because I think Saren is probably one of the first people that Tsubasa has really been able to talk to about this sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So Saren's getting a lot of information right now.
He's fucking used to it. They're used to it. Son of a bitch. So, you kind of hear, as you're talking, getting the last of the information out, you hear through the wall, the sound of the kind of half-dimension door, half-teleport circle mix of a doorway go off as someone enters the room. Like, enters the office itself, not this particular room.
Yeah, it does get Tsubasa's attention. Like, he does the instinctual look back to see before remembering I'm in a completely different room.
Mm-hmm.
Just... Did someone else come in?
It would seem so, yes. One of your friends, I would assume.
Probably, yeah. Should we go see or?
Do you want to greet your friend, or are you going to stay here and continue giving me more reason to give you medication?
But you've already given me medication.
Hmm. Just the hum of someone who's just like, you're understanding. Yes, hopefully.
Tsubasa does linger for a moment before he goes to see who's come in. Just you.
You come back out to Razz passed out, like almost full starfish style on the comfy couch. Arthur, the door is like wide open.
Oh,
You
okay.
can't see like directly to Lance and the others.
Through door.
Yeah, it's just like, hey Arthur, are you are you okay?
There's a pause.
There is a pause. It's just. What?
Could you have asked any more of a loaded question?
Lance, how about how? Shush.
No.
I mean, the question still stands. What? Just.
No.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Where's Lex?
Oh. He's taking a break for a while.
Like, just full leaving?
Yeah.
Huh.
You all get a text on your phone in the Canon group chat. It's a sticker that says "See you later." Like "See ya later" in Lex's colors.
Cute. Tsubasa does take a moment to send a see you later back at Lex.
You realize as you go to send the same sticker back, you don't know where he got these fucking emojis.
Yeah,
Because they're not on yours.
yeah, just pause. Looks up at Arthur. Looks down at the phone. How?
How would I know?
Just shrugs after a moment, goes ahead, sends the message, and just.
For context, they look like something ripped right out of Honkai Star Rail's stickers.
Love it.
Beautiful.
So what's been
Arthur,
going on?
are you still holding the compass?
Yeah.
Continue your statement. I just want that to be like clear.
Okay. So what's been going on in here?
Well, we've been getting checkups.
Ah.
Dr. Gainsborough actually, gave me some medicine. I think he gave Helia some too.
Thumbs up in the background.
Oh, Helia.
What up?
At some point, would you be so kind to give me some lessons on how to use a sniper?
I forgot for a bit that you stole a gun earlier.
I did.
To be fair, a lot has been happening then and between then and now, and technically now too.
Bottom line, you should fear me.
Yeah, sure. I can give you some pointers on how to shoot a gun properly.
Hooray! Schedule that in.
I feel like this is a bad idea.
This
But
can only end well. What are you talking about?
end well for who?
It's better that I am taught than rather to do it myself.
Look. Do you want someone to teach him, or do you want him to shoot himself in the foot? Because, those are two options.
I would rather someone teach him, yes. Just
I will admit the second option does sound funny.
no.
Lance, make an intelligence check for me real quick.
And
Oh, nice.
You kind of instinctively check your phone for the time because you've been texting Killian and kind of starting to text Yeva now too. You're not too close the way that Yeva is with Arthur, but it's kind of one of those things of, I have finally met the other twin. I should probably keep in touch in case Killian decides to do something stupid kind of energy.
Sorry to interrupt, but I need to go pause and help with moving something for a second.
okay.
Alright.
Okay.
It is. Aren't we at 2 hours right now?
We are currently at 1 hour and 32 minutes.
Do we want to take a brief bathroom break?
I don't see why not. I'm going to go ahead and pause. And we're going again.
It's your scene, guys.
We were in the middle of something. I can't remember what.
Yes, I was describing the fact that you kind of at first are entranced by your friends actually having a good time. But then you kind of go, did I have something to do today? There was something important. And you kind of have that moment of ADHD forgetting and trying to remember what was so important. And you just go, did I miss something? And it takes you a while of zoning out while everyone else is talking and laughing while you're sitting at the piano. And you go, oh right, I was supposed to do an anniversary stream today. Ah, fuck! That kind of realization.
Damn it.
I love the fuck.
Just the out loud. Just, damn it.
What? Lance? You good? Or did you forget something?
I may have forgotten an anniversary.
Okay, I can understand the damn it.
I'll wait until after we leave the office. I'm sure they won't mind. It'd be a change of pace. Having an IRL.
Are
How
you
would
going
you
to
guys
vlog?
God.
Here in my garage.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Can we stop trying to kill each other? Like,
Oh,
well,
invalid response.
I'm going to bite you.
Lance just kind of like pauses. How would you guys like to? How would you feel about like an impromptu streaming session?
I can't exist on camera.
Fair and valid. What about the rest of you?
I mean, I've never done anything like that.
Would you like to try?
I guess?
Have you heard the sound of a rubber ball breaking a window? No.
Would you
you
like
like
to?
My existence is a mere mirage. The camera is a lie, says Arthur.
Tsubasa's just like, I guess it sounds interesting. I don't know what I'm going to be doing, but okay.
Honestly, I'm not sure what I'll be doing either.
Cool, so we both don't have a single plan for this.
We could probably, well, I wonder if there are any like arcades or similar. Well, no,
Well, there's still the arcades at the academy, but I don't know if we're even.
That's
I
3
don't
days
think we're
away.
Yeah, and we showed up in like 5 seconds.
Oh, I don't know how that happened.
I don't know either. We got a message on our phones, basically just like from Aster's going, "Hey, you want to come to the dollhouse?" We say yes, and then suddenly we're at the dollhouse. Speaking of which, I'm sorry for the condition the castle is in.
Puts his hand together, points. What happened?
So, after you guys left, someone sort of, I guess they attacked the castle, but everyone was asleep.
Okay.
And look, all I know is I spent 2 days asleep. I got woken up by one of the king's slave. Iris accidentally, well, I can't say accidentally, she did it on purpose. She set fire to a hallway. I don't know how it happened, but the doors to the throne room got destroyed, and of course all of us got put onto restoration duty. I'm sorry, there's been a lot happening.
Big inhale. Sigh.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Big inhale. Sigh. 'Cause I don't think you would hear the inhale.
Yeah. Tsubasa also just sighs after a moment.
At least no one died, right?
Well, no, but I'm pretty sure if Iris had actually gone into that room with a giant fox that your dad was fighting, Arthur?
Giant fox.
It was a giant fox!
Would Arthur have any idea?
I don't know.
Was it like a heartless?
I heard a
I don't think you would. No.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I was debating.
Okay. But no, Tsubasa shakes his head. No, it wasn't a heartless. It was... I mean, it had black fur, but it didn't...
Did it have more than one tail?
Yes.
How many?
How many tails did he have, Ren? Did I see
Roll
how
a
many?
history check. You've been stressed recently. I don't know if you recall it.
15.
You think about it for a moment, and you don't know the exact amount, but you're pretty sure it was anywhere from 2 to 4.
Yeah. Yeah, so Tsubasa does just stop for a moment. I think it had 4, maybe? I know it had more than 2. I know it had at least 2.
Doesn't seem like the worst possible outcome.
I mean, yeah, it seems like everyone's alright. Just...
Arthur,
Yeah.
you get a text on your phone from Cadence.
What's it say?
It says in very, like, heavy text lingo of, like, the fuck you guys are away for so long kind of energy of your brother's kind of playing around, so he seems to be alright. But eventually, after a couple of shorthand texts, there's a very serious non-text lingo one going, don't worry, mom and dad are alright.
Okay. He probably types back, friends are all here. My friends are all here. Everything seems okay here.
You get sent back a sticker of Mickey Mouse laughing.
Okay.
Just that sort of... It has the text letters of OMG, of, like, laughing with those letters. So he seems in a good spirits, at least.
Okay. Well, that was Gaden's. Seems that everything was okay back at the castle.
Yeah, after that Fox left, everything seemed to just go back to normal. Well, aside from a lot of the things that got destroyed, out of curiosity, would Tsubasa know about the whole building getting thrown?
He would have seen it.
Okay, yeah, just... Yeah, Arthur just sees Tsubasa staring into the middle ground for a moment before looking at him. It's just like, did you know there's someone actually strong enough to throw a building at the castle?
No.
There
Maybe?
is.
Like a whole building?
It was a whole building.
How many stories?
I don't know!
Okay.
It was sort of upside down in the ground when I actually saw it.
Make a history check for me again.
8. I don't know a damn thing.
No, but as you're talking, it occurs to you should probably mention the fact that it was, like, it takes you a moment to re-register what was said to you by Arethusa. But there was a mention from Arethusa of, yeah, Lex kind of took off in the direction of Simon and the High Winds, and haven't heard from him since when that happened.
Brain is a little soup right now. What relevance does this have?
The building.
Okay, yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
no, again, he
yeah.
just stops and stares, just like, I think it was Mr. Simon.
Okay.
Well, before I mean, when I woke up, I was told that Lex apparently had run off to find them, and when I found Lex again, Mr. Simon was with him. I don't know. I'm
Well,
tired.
Technically not my entire problem.
I mean, fair. not to mention, your dad has already gone on to all of us about it.
Yeah. I think this entire time he's just been like, while he's been talking, he's been like tossing the compass from one hand to another.
Tsubasa does take notice, and Arthur would see him following it with his eyes for a moment before just, where'd you get that?
Some shady guy tried to give it to Lex. From the information I've gathered, it seems like a extreme monkey paw. As his words, a monkey paw on cocaine. Not Lex, somebody else.
That's a description!
Yeah.
How would a monkey's paw even... Not important.
Yeah, no.
Never mind.
Lex didn't want it, and it was kind of being fought over with Avery and the other person who had it. Blanking for in this moment, sorry, but
Simon.
Yeah, Simon. And then I just took it, so here we are.
Can I take a look?
Sure. Oh, it has chronomancy and 2 other schools of magic.
Huh. So does Arthur hand the compass over?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tsubasa starts taking a good look at it. He's going to see if he can figure out what the other 2 schools of magic are.
Do you have detect magic?
I believe I do. Maybe? Hold on. I do not. I have detect thoughts.
Roll Arcana for me.
9.
You have not a damn clue.
You know what? I'm just going to roll investigation and get a good look over it. Fucking no.
Oh.
Out though, perception?
Very pretty. Nope. Nope. No more rolling. It's very pretty.
Okay. Cool. He hands it back to Arthur, because I can't fucking do anything with it.
Yeah, I couldn't find anything either. As he's just like tossing it around. Like, you know, he'll try to juggle it.
Don't juggle a compass, Arthur. What the fuck?
I mean, it seems pretty, it's pretty tough.
How tough could it be? It's a compass. It's meant to be fragile.
The guy you suggested of throwing the building tried to crush it and just kind of cracked.
Oh.
So what's so important about a compass?
Something about finding what he truly wants. What fucking Lex wants.
Which, by the way, as you guys are watching the compass kind of get juggled around, the compass keeps trying to adjust for where it's at and who's more or less attuned to it. Which at right now is Arthur.
Wait, actually, can I see that again?
I hands it back.
Tsubasa's just going to see what the needle does.
It spins kind of weirdly for a moment as you continue to hold it. And then it points towards the kind of door leading out.
Well, I can at least see how it would lead him to where he wants to go, I guess.
Yeah.
Do you think it does the same for whoever holds it?
Maybe. I wouldn't try it. Again, monkey paw on cocaine.
Yeah.
Fair
Well,
point.
We should put this somewhere safe, honestly.
That's why I have it.
He just stares at you for a moment. Arthur just...
Have you seen me lose anything?
Okay, you've got me there.
Do your marbles count?
Hey, those are in my mind.
I thought you
Well,
had
not
to have
anymore.
them first.
Even better, if I never had them, I can't lose them.
He's got a point.
Arthur, roll perception for me.
Okay.
All this shit's happening. Nope.
And
Because Tsubasa, you're holding it, you can try perception.
I can try perception. My passive 24 is not good enough.
Nope.
Oh, you
Okay,
guys-
well the nat fucking 20 should be.
Yep. As they're talking, you glance back towards where you're holding the compass, and you see a hand through a portal latch onto it.
God damn it. Can Arthur notice fast enough? If Subu makes a face.
Tsubasa's immediately just going to like pull the fucking compass to the side, just like, oh,
Then you just hear, no, it's not yours, it's mine. And it sounds familiar, a familiar voice.
yeah, no, he just stares at the hand, slowly looks up to Lance and Arthur, and then just, Arthur, you said Professor Avery was trying?
Yeah.
And he just gestures down at where the hand is. He's got the compass held against his chest right now.
No, let go of it, it's mine. It's mine, let go of it. You don't need it, trust me. Just muffled through the portal.
I knew you would pop up back again.
I don't want this to interrupt my show.
Wait, okay.
But why don't you watch your show?
Because he's trying.
I am.
They're trying to get the compass.
Wait, what kind of show is it? What season is it
Telenovela.
on? Ooh.
Two.
What season?
2.
What genre of telenovela? Like, are we
Life
talking?
of life.
Oh, I guess that's all right. Each their own.
Really? A slice of life talking about that doesn't exist.
Tsubasa is looking back over at Arthur. It's just like, why'd you take the compass anyways?
It was fun.
That was it.
Yes.
For the bit.
Yeah,
no.
no, at this
Can I
point,
go back to-
Tsubasa is just going to he's making eye contact with Arthur. And he's going to go to give the compass to Avery.
No, this is a betrayal on the deepest level.
What are we going to do with it, Arthur?
I do not
Watch
have
it
in
spin
anybody
in
else's head.
circles?
Yes.
No.
Sleight of hand.
Go ahead, I rolled a 12.
Wait, what do I roll in competition for that?
Dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving, alright. Nope.
You have it again, Arthur.
This is why alert is a thing
Just
on him.
give it to, what are we going to do with it?
Nothing. That's
Then
the
give
point.
it to him! Them!
But I don't know what they're gonna do. That's the point.
Do you want to know what I'm going to do?
Okay.
I'm going to keep it where no one else can find it.
Okay.
So you're going to basically keep it locked up and nobody else can have the key.
Yes! Again, I do not like things messing with what's mine. So, please give it. I can
Tsubasa
hide it.
just gestures to the hand, just like, come on. What are we even going to do with it?
He really doesn't want to do this, so for the first time, you're gonna have to roll persuasion.
Oh my god. All right then.
No.
God damn it. Arthur, please.
And then the hand kind of makes a gesture of, it's whatever. And you just, as the hand just kind of waves a little bit, it's like, don't. And you see it make a gesture as if putting the index finger to a pair of lips and going, So, as long as you don't ever let that near my favorite little thing. Sorry, Lex. You can keep it.
Okay.
I don't think any of us were planning to let it near him.
Yes, good, wonderful, absolutely, darling. Here's the thing. He will try to reach for it. You have to keep it as far away as possible.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Don't ask how I know. Bye! And the portal shuts.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm actually glad to be going back to the academy soon.
Yeah. Break.
So what do you guys do?
Is there anything we can do right now?
You could always, call for the doctor. Check
Yeah.
up on your other friend.
Yeah, to be fair, Lance hasn't had his checkup yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Tsubasa does turn to Lance and is just like, don't you still need to get a checkup with Dr. Gainsborough?
No.
Yes.
You're the only one who has it. Well, no. I'm going to go get the doctor. Arthur,
But
can you make sure Lance doesn't try to make a run for it?
I'm in front of the door.
And just...
Yeah. Can I attempt a Misty Step?
Tsubasa.
Do you attempt? Do you attempt to cast a spell?
Yes.
Nothing happens.
But
Tsubasa, meanwhile, leaning into Saren's office, just like, Dr. Gainsborough? Lance still needs a checkup, and I don't know if you've already done a checkup with Arthur, but he's here now too.
Send in the Bedivere child. I'll get a hold of him.
Can you say that one more time?
Get a hold of the Bedivere child. Send him in.
Okay. Yeah, no. Tsubasa nods and starts going back, and it's just like, Lance!
hold on, I'm trying something.
Lance, are you trying to run away?
No.
Tsubasa just casually walks up to Lance and puts his hands on Lance's shoulders. And just, if Helia and I had to get a checkup, you gotta get a checkup too.
There weren't any needles involved, were there?
No.
Okay, then I'm good. I guess.
There was a
Sure.
lot of there was a lot of talking from me, at least. And but yeah, no, you don't get to get out of the doctor's office, the doctor's visit.
Yeah, I kind of figured when I tried to use a spell and it did nothing.
Lance!
I would.
Lance is fueled by chaos.
I had to at least try.
I'm gonna headbutt you, I swear.
Please don't.
Then
I-
don't try to run away from a doctor's visit.
I'm not anymore.
You were. You were, and that's what matters.
Lance,
Yeah.
you, as you're talking of like, I had to try at least. You feel the floor directly underneath you in a like 5 foot by 5 foot square. Just drop, and you're in a
Whoa.
different.
Just.
Just let me
Yoink.
get.
Tsubasa blinks and stares at where Lance dropped, and just, oh, well, I guess that's one way to do it.
All in a day's work.
I guess. Wait, are you going to play the piano?
Did you say that?
Yeah, Tsubasa's just like, wait, you're going to play?
I didn't intend to. I was just gonna sit here, but since you gave me an idea, sure, why not?
Can I play
You've
with
been
you?
classically trained.
So performance.
You've been classically trained, so it'd be performance with advantage.
Oh shit. 20.
You have half a mind to be flashy for a hot second, but then you just kind of play something, medium difficulty, but easy to follow along with. All that came to mind was the Corpse Bride duet.
Ugh.
Yeah, if Arthur lets him, Tsubasa is going to sit down next to him and, you know what, fuck it, Corpse Bride duet.
Let's go.
Should I also roll
very-
performance?
Nah, you're good.
Okay.
Lance,
Yeah.
it's a little disorienting to have the floor drop underneath you and you drop from the ceiling.
Ugh. Do you think you can teach me that trick after at some
What
point?
trick?
The-
What trick do you mean?
But it just gestures towards the ceiling and floor. Weird. Makes a gesture of like something dropping out from. It just like holds his arms like he's holding something and then just makes a dropping motion.
Do you mean vortex? It's just a reversed vortex. Instead of me going to you, you come to me. And it's at this point you realize that Dr. Gainsborough is not facing you, so how they know what you're talking about is hard to discern.
What? He just looks behind himself to see if there's like a mirror. Not sure how that would work, but this is
You see a chest, a couple of papers on the floor, a bookshelf. You even see a wheel of some kind that looks like it's seen better days. The room looks messy at best, disorientingly chaotic at worst.
it's organized disorganization.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to tell me how you're faring?
Like in the current moment or in general?
In general, you've gone through a lot.
I'm tired.
You're tired?
Yes.
Why is that? And they finally turn to face you with a small notepad in hand and going to like tap gently at the edge of it with a pen.
So much has happened in the past, like, year and a half. We really need a break, don't we?
I'm glad you recognize that you're reaching a breaking point, but you shouldn't have to break in order to heal. You know that, don't you?
If you break it, you heal back stronger. It's like a bone.
Technically, that is incorrect. What a bone does when it heals is that it heals with the cells that are left over from when you were born. You can run out of those. What happens when you do that again when you run out? What happens when you break enough times and you can't heal anymore?
I thought this was supposed to be a checkup.
It is. I'm checking up on you. Your physical health is fine. You'll tell people that day in, day out that you're fine. And you are. But mentally, I can tell when someone is about to break. Again, you should not have to break in order to heal.
Maybe so, but at this point, it might be a little too late for that.
Never too late for anything. What scares you about healing so much that you avoid it? Do you think you'll come
Not.
back wrong?
I'm. I'm. I. I'm not. I'm not.
Then
I
tell me.
already came back wrong once. What's another time?
They frown, the tapping of the pen stopping, and you notice they haven't taken a single note. You came back. Is that not enough to start anew?
Should be, shouldn't it?
What's stopping you?
I don't think I like this kind of checkup.
Well, I'm your assigned doctor now, so that's between you and whatever god you pray to. But they do pause, putting away the pen and notepad.
Did
Standing
you
up.
write anything?
I don't write things I already know. Stands up, walks over to you, keeps a fair distance. Could you do me a favor, Lance?
Depends on the favor.
Could you drop the act for me? It doesn't have to be now. It doesn't have to be tomorrow or next week or anything like that. But one time, just one, when you feel most comfortable around me. Could you drop the act? Jokes
I
can't
feel
be
like the sort of
funny
like
if you
play.
don't deliver the punchline.
I feel like there had been a sort of playful like half smile on Lance's face the entire time until then, and he just now he's kind of frowning. Ah, I don't you know, Doc? All the world's a stage. Put on a good show.
Every show has a curtain call, dear. Allow yourself to mourn your childhood that you never got to experience. And they turn and walk back to the desk. You're free to leave. You just get the call back from someone who's not really facing you of, drink some water. I know you're going to have a meltdown after this.
I always stay hydrated.
But says nothing else.
Like that people know me so well without me knowing them. Feels weird.
Lance, what's your passive perception as you start heading towards the door?
It is 18.
It takes you a moment, and you kind of step 1 foot past the threshold of the door, but you pull your foot back as it registers to you. There was a couple of papers on the floor that had the Bedivere name on it.
I know they said no snooping. They said no snooping. I'm not. 1 or 2 questions shouldn't hurt, though. It's not. Like, there is an internal conflict going on right now. It takes like a few minutes, but then he kind of turns around. Just who else in my family have you done checkups on?
Your father, your mother, your sister, your sibling. On occasion, I used to talk to your grandfather, but poor man was freaked out by me. I don't blame him.
Why?
Most of your family believes me freakish.
Well, I guess they're gonna have to get used to it. They're either gonna have to buck up or shut up. I think I said that saying right?
You hear a kind of playful scoff as they kind of, they don't shoo you away so much as they give you the incentive to leave. Of move along before I actually give you medication.
Ugh. Note. Wait. Pill? Like a liquid, or like a gummy?
It depends on what I make.
I am not sticking
What?
around to find out.
You hear another playful scoff. But you do head back to your friends, and you hear the piano being played sort of towards the end of what you recognize as the corpse bride duet. And you hear the faint snoring of Razz and Helia humming to herself as she's playing a game. And for a little while, just a little while, everything kind of feels okay. Does anybody have a particular scene they would like to do?
I mean, I've got none, but if you want to do the thing with the message that we missed before they got teleported.
Doug, I barely remember what I said 2 hours ago.
So maybe we should call it here, if nobody has anything.
I do not.
I can't think of anything. Oh,
Yuffie?
wait, well,
What?
I guess it could be an off-screen thing. The stream.
Oh, yeah.
I'll have you roll for that after we're done with the recording.
Okie doke.
So go ahead.
Am I going to need to roll too, since Tsubasa's joining him?
No.
Okay. Alright. So nobody has anything?
Yuffie?
Yuffie? I don't
Do
think
you
you
think?
fell asleep.
I would hope not.
I am